Good morning, everyone. I apologize, there's an issue with our camera. I can't get it to turn on. But luckily, you don't want to look at me, you want to look at the screen, so that is working. I'm just gonna wait like 2 more minutes to see if anyone pops in, and then we are going to get started. Everyone's week is off to a good start. We're not all dying in a puddle of sweat yet. Not yet. Not yet, I know I will be. Second I step outside.
Yesterday I went to go for a walk on the sea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof. No, walking was enough for me. I was like, that's, I'm good. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for attending today's class. Today we are going to be reviewing SmartPlans. And the main focus for today is showcasing how you can create SmartPlans in a set it and forget it format. So essentially we're going to create a SmartPlan that can be used over and over and over again. And the example that we're going to do is creating SmartPlans to request testimonials or reviews. I think that this is something that's underutilized with the SmartPlans because a lot of people think of SmartPlans for nurturing their leads and doing some, other lead generation and nurturing, but SmartPlans aren't necessarily thought of in the post-transaction part of the deal. So, first things first, I will show you guys how to create a SmartPlan. But if you are unfamiliar with SmartPlans as a whole, a SmartPlan is essentially an automated drip campaign that contains multiple elements such as text messages, emails, prompts for you to give someone a call, and they are arranged in an order and spread out over a period of days, and they're designed to help you have that outreach and have those touches without you having to really do anything once you hit that go button. So just so you guys are aware, when you're in the SmartPlans applet, you're going to see two hubs, plans and library. The plans are any SmartPlan that you have either downloaded from the library or created on your own. So anything that's in this SmartPlan area here is yours. You can edit it, you can do whatever you want to it. No one will see these unless you publish them. And to publish them, you would actually have to click on this and then publish to library, so it's not something that you can really do accidentally. There is also a library. So the beautiful thing about Command is that we have access to SmartPlans that have been created by Keller Williams and some other agents across the country, and they are available for you to download into your personal Command and customize to make it exactly what you'd like. So there is a search function here. So if I search for testimonial, for example, I'm going to see that there are already 319 plans that have been created. I can do this to sort of see what these other plans entail. We see the title up here, the description of the SmartPlan. the overall length of time in days and the touches to the client. We can also see how many agents have downloaded the plan and how many reviews they have. So because this one's right here, if I click on view steps, I am actually able to see what this plan entails. So day one, it's going to create a task for you to write a handwritten closing card and send it out. Then it's going to wait 5 days and send an email congratulating them again. And then in 10 days, it's going to create a task for you to check for reviews that were requested in this email. So that could be great. You can download it and you can edit it however you want, but let's review how to actually create that plan from scratch. You're going to click on the Create button right on the top right corner, and then we're going to enter in the name of the plan. So I'm going to put in testimonial request, and for this one, I'm going to do vendors. So this is a plan that I would be able to send to any vendor after I've worked with them on a deal. Once you select the title, you are now brought into the building area, I guess we'll call it, where you can build your smart plan exactly how you want it. All of the steps here are listed out and you are able to drag and drop them into place. So for example, if we want to send an email right away, I'm going to drag and drop the email right here, and then I can start to fill everything out. So the subject line can be, I'm trying to think, great, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now, but we'll come back to that. So the email could say something like, hi, and then we enter a merge field. No, this one. Where I can say the contact's first name. So that way, if I have Jim from While Moving in my contact, I want to make sure his name is Jim. That way, when he receives it, it says, hi, Jim. I know this seems very self-explanatory, but if you ever have someone saved in your contact list as like, buyer 43 from open house, I don't know, then their name is going to show up as buyer 43. So I want to make that clear that whenever you name your contact, that's the name that's going to reflect in this merge tab. So then we can say something like, thank you for helping to make our latest deal a success. My clients are thrilled with your services, and I can't wait to recommend you again. And then here's where you can say something like, when you have a moment, please leave me a review, testimonial, whatever you want to call it, on my Google page, Zillow page, whatever. When you have a moment, please leave me a review on my Google page, highlighting my work as an agent. I will gladly repay the favor and leave you a review for your incredible services, something like that. You would then also want to link in your Google review page. So let's just say I'm looking at Keller Williams Park Views. And here are my reviews here. Write a review. All right. Well, you would take that link. I'm not going to bother doing that. You would take that link and then you would plop it right in here. You can update this to make it look however you'd like, change the colors, change the fonts, make it pretty. And then when we have that subject line, I'm just going to write, leave me a review. This is very forward. You can write whatever you'd like. This is just for an example. Next, we're going to select who this is sending from. Now, most of the time, if you're a solo agent, this does not matter. You can uncheck this. It's going to come from you no matter what. And then we need to input at when should the email be sent, and that's going to be on day 1. And I'm going to click on Add Step. So now that step has been added. And I can add another step if I'd like. Perhaps now I want to create that task, where the task name is check for reviews. And this is where I can say, check to see if the vendor left a review, follow up if not, whatever. Priority level, etc. When should this task be created? Maybe we want to wait a little bit, so I'm gonna click on add step. And we're gonna make this a week in between. There we go, that's a week. So now I'm creating this plan and I'm creating this outline where on day one, it's going to send an email. It's gonna wait 6 days and then it creates a task. I can continue to build this out however I would like to. And again, this is just one example where we're talking about vendors. You can really build this to be set up for buyers, sellers, your rental clients. The only thing is you would not be able to input that specific property address on that initial message because it's going to be the same for everyone. But for something like vendors that you work with, or even people that you know from other walks of life. So while here, let me go ahead and just save this plan.
How'd you do 7 days?
Great question. So what you're gonna do is you can click on this little hyperlink here, and this allows you to adjust the number of days. I believe the you can wait. Is it a month, 3 months, something like that? And the plan can last for 365 days. What's also great is that you can repeat the plan. So if this is something that's not necessarily a request, but something that you want them to receive frequently, you can add repeat and that'll then have them cycle through the smart plan until you see fit. But let me just go ahead and see. So here we want to do a testimonial request, and then I'm gonna write friends. Would be nice if I spelled this correctly. So this is something that I actually learned during one of our coaching classes in a discussion where when you are brand new to the world of real estate, you don't have a lot of clients or vendors that you work with that you can get reviews from, and that is fine. There's no harm, and actually you should be encouraged to reach out to anyone that you have a great relationship with in your life, whether it's a family member, someone from school, someone from another job, if you do sports, philanthropy that you're involved with, anything where you have a great relationship. You can ask that person to leave you a review. That's not necessarily saying that they're going to be lying and saying, "Oh my God, Maria was the best realtor ever," but not saying that you are not, but let's say you're brand new and you haven't done any deals yet. What you could then say is, "Hi, first name." Here, let me show you. This makes more sense if I actually just do it. So I'm going to drop that email in, and then it can say, again, "Hi, first name." As you may know, I have gotten my real estate license and am happy to serve that sounds bad. Okay, I haven't had my coffee yet. As you may know, I am recently licensed to this is not good. I should have had something figured out first. I'm recently licensed. While we may not have worked together on a real estate transaction, I know we have worked on XYZ. So you can do actually I'm having a better idea. For the friends, you can say, I've known you for a long time, you know my character. I'd love it if you could leave me a review about me as a person, my character, that I'm trustworthy, that I'm, efficient, That's really good. Then you can also have it, separated for coworkers. So you can have a separate plan for like coworkers or people that you've worked with. And then you can say, we've worked together in the past, and now I'm joining a new venture, and I'd love for you to support me and leave me a review about, my work ethic that we've had in the past at XYZ job.
How does the number percentage go, like, if it's your work or your friends? Does it go based off the tags?
That's a great question. So, do you guys feel comfortable with creating the smart plan and building it? Okay.
Also, I also have a question.
Sure.
Where would you put the reviews?
So, if you have a Zillow profile, you can definitely link it to the Zillow profile. Also, if you create a Google business page, and you have the link for there, that's gonna be probably, that and Zillow would be the top two places. Because then when people start to search for you, those reviews will populate. So you can actually, I tried to do it before, but I'm not logged in, so I couldn't get the thing.
Can I do it with my account for email for Google? I have a Google account professional with my email account from Calgary.
You would have to create a Google business profile
Okay.
beforehand. It's a little bit of a lengthy process. It could be a little bit of a pain. Because you have to record a video that showcases, this is my office, this is my desk, da 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 da. I can certainly help you with that when you need to. But I definitely recommend creating that page. And then have the reviews filter in there, because people are always gonna Google, and that's the first thing that's gonna pop up when they search for your name.
You can always put it on your website too, right?
Absolutely, yes. Once you collect those reviews from Google, Zillow, or even if someone just like emails you, you can then take that and manually add it into your website, 100%. So now we have a really great question about how we actually add people to the plans. And there's two different ways you can go about it. There is the traditional way, where I recommend you come to your contacts. And then this is where you can either narrow people down. If it decides to load. Well, while this is loading, once you have the contacts listed, you can choose to filter them down or not. And then you are able to select this button to highlight all of them. And I'm gonna come back and show you this later. Let me show you the second way first. So that is the manual way to do it, where you're in the contacts and you're actually saying, I'm highlighting the people and I want this person to go on this plan. Now, there is a way to have this done automatically, and that is something called trigger tags. So that means I'm gonna create a tag, right? And I'm gonna say vendor testimonial. Be nice if I could. I have to create it first. Sorry, guys. Okay, please work now.
It's not working for me either.
Okay, great. It's not just me. Okay, well, what you would be able to do, let's say you've already in your contacts and you've already created that tab. I can then come in and I can add the tag. So let's just say hypothetically, this one says testimonial vendor. We're gonna use our imagination. Contacts that have already had this tag applied will not be added to the plan. So anyone who's already in your database that has this tag, they will not be added to the plan. The only way this will work is when, after I hit add trigger and hit save, I then go to my contacts and I can then add them, and then I can tag the contacts. So this way, as soon as I tag that contact with the testimonial vendor review, they'll be put on this smart plan. So this is gonna save you steps in the long run, right? The first time that you do it, you're setting everything up and it's gonna take a little bit of time. But now this way, you've got your first deal done and now everything is set up and ready to go. Now you have your second deal closed and you want to add in your contacts the moving company, the lawyer, the mortgage, the HVAC, the inspection, any company you worked with, pool guy, painter, landscaper, anything. Add them into your database and you can give all of them that tag at the same time. So you can bulk tag or you can individually tag the contacts, it's up to you. But when they are tagged, that's when it will trigger the activity. And that happens immediately after you add the tag. So I just completed a deal and I worked with Max from Alpha Moving for the first time. I add Max into my database and then I go and I add the testimonial vendor tag to it. As soon as I hit save, he will then be added to the smart plan and will receive the day one steps immediately.
Because you did that first.
Because I did that first, exactly. If Max was already in my database and he already had this tag for whatever reason, and then I go and create the trigger, he will not be affected because he already had that tag before the trigger was set up. Does that make sense?
So does that mean I have to manually add him to the smart plan? He's already added.
Once you give him that tag, it will add him. So this is good, you know, especially for something that's multi-step. Of course, sending an email, it's gonna be a very easy way to bypass that simple process. But, you know, if you want to send an email and then in a few days, check to see if that review was sent, and then maybe, you know, a few days later, there's a prompt for you to text them. That way it's not sending an email automatically, then you can text them to say like, hey, hope you got my email, you know, I left you a review. Actually, this is a good idea. So after you've created the task, checks for review, I can add a day, and then maybe it's going to be something like create a task, send a text, whatever. I'm gonna do this as create a text task. And the task name is going to be review follow-up. And the description is going to be see if the review has been left. If not, send a text saying, hey, name. I just left you a review on your Google page. I hope, sorry, my spelling is terrible right now. This keyboard is very sticky. I hope you can return the favor and leave me one as well. And then you can input the URL there and whatever. That way I add the step and I can then have that pop up as a task for me. So it's gonna happen automatically. And I can go ahead and I can save the plan. Now, when it comes to the text messages, there are two options. One is to create the text task, and that's where you are going to be tasked to send a text message. I know that sounds pretty obvious, but it's going to be that reminder for you to send that out manually. If you subscribe to Twilio, you can have the text sent out automatically. So Twilio is one of the very few things that's an additional cost through command. It's the automatic text messaging service. You can sign up through the marketplace. I believe it's under $4 for like 300 messages a month or something like that. It's completely up to you. If you're maybe not ready to do this, if you're like, I'm a fast texter, I just want to do this on my own, it's completely up to you. Then if you don't wish to do this, then you can just simply create that task. Keep in mind as well, if it's an automatic text that's being sent, that verbiage is going to stay the same. Whereas if you create a task, you're gonna leave yourself a little reminder saying follow up, ask for this, da 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 da. That way I can say, okay, they left a review, that's great. Let me send them a text and thank them and let them know I left them one in return. Or I can check and say, okay, they didn't leave me one, let me send this text where I'm asking them for one, but also saying I left you one as well. And then it's really all about that, you know, that communication and having these plans set up and ready to go. It's just gonna make your life easier. It seems a little daunting at the beginning when you're getting everything set up, but once you have it set up, it's ready to go. Also, you know, for newer agents, you may not have a perfect idea yet, or maybe not even an idea yet, and that's absolutely fine. It will happen as you get more into production and as you practice more, things are going to come more naturally and you'll know exactly what to say. And as you become more comfortable speaking with clients and vendors, you can have your tone and your personality shine through. Do you guys have any questions for me? Good, cool. I did want to show you guys also. If you did download a plan from the library, you do have the ability to edit it. So let's search for the testimonial. And so this one was to create a touch test and an email, da 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 da. Okay, so let's say, cool, this is a post seller closing. So I'm going to add to my SmartPlans and I'm going to click download. Now this plan has been added into my plans, so I can come here. And here it is, it tells me what date it was created, the duration of the smart plan and how many touches there are to the client. And now I can come here and I can hit that edit button. And now I have the ability to edit the plan that was already created. So right away, the step one is to send a handwritten card and a thank you. So this and then after 5 days, it's gonna be an email. Dear so-and-so. Thanks, I want to say thanks again for choosing me as your agent. Referrals are the best way for me to receive a compliment. Best way for me to contribute back to you. I promise to take care of your referrals if they were my family, da 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 da. I would also appreciate if you could take a few minutes to leave me a review. This is actually a really great messaging here. You would then be able to come in, add in your information. See how she has her information here and she's in North Carolina? This is something that you have to do for every single plan you download. You want to read through every single step for this reason specifically. People will publish plans with their information on it. That's fine, obviously. But you don't want to not read through this and send it to someone and then they're like, who the heck is Liz in North Carolina when this is coming from Misael in New Jersey? So you definitely want to read that through to change that, but also you want to make sure the tone sounds like you. So I can click this little edit button here and then it does allow me to edit anything. So here's where then I can just, delete this and then it could be Amanda DeMarco, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I wouldn't say for your convenience. Maybe to say, to make it as easy as possible. You can just read through it, change however little or whatever you want, save changes. So that's a nice way to, what is that? I don't know why this is doing this. I think Command's having a little bit of a hiccup today. I think it also feels like a summer Friday for Command. Today is my Friday, so that's why I'm in a summer Friday mood. Okay, sorry that I couldn't showcase that like saving, but that is how you would be able to then edit the content in an existing plan. Additionally, if you find a plan that you like and you're like, this is good, but I would have done this, that, whatever, you can change it as little or as much as you want. So you can just go ahead and change the email to make it sound like you, or you can say, actually, you know what, I want to send the email first, and then I want to do this later, and then I want to add another day and add another step. It's completely up to you. Completely up to you. Don't let it feel too daunting. Remember, you don't have to do all of these at once. You don't have to get all of them done at the same time. Practice a little bit, create one. Create one, especially for the brand new agents that we have, the newer agents. Create one for people in your life and say, I've known you for a while. I'm hoping you can leave me a review to showcase my XYZ. If you guys are stuck, there is a ton of helpful information on answers.kw.com. So if you're not familiar with this platform, it is a holy grail of information, step-by-step guides with pictures and GIFs and everything to help you learn Command. So if it's after hours on the weekend, I'm on vacation, something like that, and you get stuck and you can't reach me, you can always come here and get the answer. It's very detailed. So here it is to create a custom smart plan. It gives you the overall review of what it is. It gives you all of the steps here. So if I wanted to, I can just jump down to the section I'm looking for. But this is a really long one. This is going to really show you how to do every single thing and explains everything all the way down to the nitty-gritty. There are other plans like editing, adding contacts, publishing, best practices for publishing. A lot of stuff can be found here. And additionally, we have the Marty Miller YouTube series as well. Does anyone have any additional questions about SmartPlans? Is there anything that you were hoping to see that I didn't go over? Or any other questions in general? Or anyone on the Zoom land?
How would you make a holiday one? Like Father's Day coming up?
Oh, girl, thank you. That is an excellent question. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the library. I'm gonna make it easier for myself. Father's Day. Father's Day needs edit, da 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 da. Ha ha ha, database, that is funny. That's funny, Sarah. Sarah Clone, do I know her? Who's she? Anyway. View the steps, so it's to send a text. This one is sending a text. You know, so there are some available, but okay, just for to make it easy. Actually, let me see if there's one here. There are also a number of smart plans that are available. Under BCP, if you search for BCP, which is Bergen County Partners. Nogam has created a bunch of them, including Mother's Day. Here's Father's Day. So let's say I'm gonna add the smart plan, my happy Father's Day, but it's 2016, so I'm gonna change it to no, it is 2026, it is not 2016. So I've downloaded that plan, right? If I wanted to come in and edit it, great. Oh, she actually has a little design in there, fantastic. So, I wanna make sure everyone gets this on Father's Day. This is where, when we are adding contacts, and you can do it here. It's not loading them. Hold on, I can probably find it here. Oh, here we go, add so. Here's where I was trying to show you before, where you can highlight everyone's here. And then once you do that, it will now say add to smart plan on the bottom right corner. From there, it will, after you click add to smart plan, I'm very sorry I can't show you this live. This may pop up, and this is going to tell you if there's any contacts that have errors. So for example, if your plan is sending emails and text messages, it will let you know if it's missing a phone number or an email. You can choose to remove the contacts with error, that way the plan won't go to them. You can add them to the plan anyway, so they can get one or the other. You can also export that list to fix any of those errors, that way you can say, okay, I gotta call these people. So now, once you hit add to plan anyway, this is where you can set up the send-in. So there are three options. The first would be to all start the plan now, so everyone would get it that day or the next day. There's an option in the middle where you can stagger the start. Here we go. So if you stagger the start, that means you're splitting up the people that are getting the plan over time. This is, it could be good for Mother's Day, Father's Day. It's up to you, but essentially what this does is it allows you to break up the recipients. So let's say you're sending this to 50 people, and the hope is that you get some people reaching back out to you to make it easier and not have so many people reach out to you at once. You can set it to say, okay, send it to 10 people this day, 10 people the second day, etc. Now the third option is to schedule the date. This is so out of order. So here is where you can start the plan on the date. And that is when you can say, okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pick June 21st, whatever that Father's Day is. That way, everyone will get the plan on that day. So yes, for holidays, anything like that, a true set it and forget it, because you're really putting everyone on the plan and you're setting it for those days. This is something that you can do right at the beginning of the year or in the middle of the year and have it go through, the end of the year, where you can download these plans and have them set up and ready to go. Add people to them, but make sure you're just having them go out on the day of that holiday or event. As an FYI, let's say hypothetically, today was Father's Day and you wanted to send this out immediately. It likely won't go out today, it might wait till the next day because it needs a little bit of time to process. So just an FYI, if you're preparing for a holiday or event, you wanna make sure you get it scheduled at least a day prior, that way you're gonna make sure they all get it on the same day. That was an excellent question, again, I'm very. Well,
Can you merge plans?
I don't believe so. Come on.
Yeah, mine's still living.
I clicked out of it. Well, the good thing about answers.kw.com is that you can see exactly what it would look like with these little GIFs and images. So yes, that really is a good question where there are 3 different options to schedule it. So, definitely take some time to schedule out. Father's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day is coming up, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's, it's all coming up. So that is one thing you can do. And remember, every time you send someone an email, that counts as a touch. And the goal is to have minimum 36 touches a year to a client. That can seem like a lot, but if you're sending out holiday plans, you're taking a bunch of those right there. There are also some plans through BCP that are sort of like a monthly newsletter. These can be applied in any calendar year. There's 2 different ones. The 2023 one is more real estate related, quote unquote. Wall art hanging hacks, easy storage hacks, unclogging the drains, things like this that anyone can benefit from, whether they own a home, rent a home, live with their parents, whatever the case may be. This plan here is a little bit different. Checking in, do you know someone who's in need of real estate advice? Let's connect, da-di-da-di-da. These are ways where you can, it's gonna send them out a month at a time. So you can download a plan like this and add someone onto it. And maybe you want them to get this email on the 15th of the month or whatever. Again, 12 touches right there. So that's a third of those 36 touches a year. And that's not including any other outreach that you're doing. More is better. It's really providing value is better than constantly saying, hi, I'm in real estate. Remember, if you need to buy or sell your house, I'm here. Giving people value, something that they can look at, something that they can learn from, that's gonna make them say, okay, wow, yeah, it's gonna help them remember you. Because remember, real estate is all about personal relationships and connections and all of that stuff. So you always want to come off like a human and not a robot. And I know, our group here is very good at being human and personable. So let your personality shine through. Definitely. Awesome. Any other questions? Anything I maybe didn't get to that I meant to? All right. Well, as always, you guys can always reach out to me for any help that you need. Remember, you can always go to answers.kw.com for help with Command, the mobile app, anything here. They've got a ton of stuff. And if you are more into videos for your learning style, I will show you again. Mr. Marty Miller's 66-day challenge. This playlist here.
Progressive makes it easy to get a quick commercial.
Show you right here. It's for whatever reason, it's in the reverse order, but it goes from the very beginning, reviewing the homepage, da 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 da. But here's where you can say, okay, I don't know what this one is. Building an email design, different things like that. So that can also help you as well. All right. Well, if you guys ever do have any other questions, you need some assistance, let me know. I am more than happy to help out. Let me know how it goes with your SmartPlans. If you guys have any great ideas, let me know. I'd love to hear them. And if I think of anything, I will share them with you. I hope everyone has a great holiday weekend coming up. Stay cool, and we'll see you guys soon.